Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi and I love to crochet, in case you haven't figured that out. I think a lot of you know that. And so that is what I'm working on today. So over the weekend, it's still the weekend, but I sold a large market bag. And I want to maintain for my Etsy shop a certain amount of inventory. So since last month I made 10 market bags, I sold one, so now I need to replace. And I am making one right now. And I'm going with, the color is called Rosemary. It's a peaches and cream cotton cone from Walmart. I love the cones of yarn for making market bags and dishcloths and stuff. They work out really great for that. So it's a good cotton for market bags. So I do a lot of projects with this cotton now. Because it's fairly affordable. If you spend too much on yarn and your project costs more, you have to list it for a higher price, and nobody wants to pay those prices. I price lower than a lot of other people who crochet, and people still don't like my prices. And I think it's because people are used to buying items that are mass produced by a machine in a factory. So quality handmade items, the price that small businesses have to charge for quality handmade items just in order to make any money, it almost makes it not worth it because people don't want to pay those prices. So yeah, but that was a tangent I was not planning on going off on today. I was planning on just sharing what I'm working on and then just discussing a little bit the absolute demoralization that I've felt, the grieving process that I've been going through because the world has gone freaking insane. Not even kidding. But anyway, so I'm working on a large market bag, and I thought this time I'm going to make green. The bag I sold was orange, so a good Halloween or fall color bag. And right now, since I'm making a green one, I was thinking about it. My market bags don't have to be plain. I can embellish them. So when I'm done making this green bag, I'm going to make a sunflower, and I am going to attach a sunflower on this market bag because I think it'll be pretty. We'll see. We shall see. I'm excited to attach a sunflower to a market bag. So the one that I replace what I sold with it's going to be a pretty one. But anyway, that is what I'm working on. When I sold the large orange market bag and a 2-pack of dishcloths. This hat on my head, this is also made with the same kind of cotton yarn. The white is the peaches and cream. I think the dark green is the peaches and cream. The whole stinking thing is peaches and cream. So there's also loops and threads from Michael's, which is the same yarn, and then Lily Sugar and Cream. All of them are made by Lily Sugar and Cream. They just have a different label for Walmart and for Michael's. But they're literally made by the same company. They are the same yarn. But that's what I have been using to make the bucket hats. Like I said, using cotton. And I don't like working with, I've mentioned this several times, I don't like working with synthetic materials. I don't. I prefer cotton. So you will see me do a lot of projects with cotton. Wool is expensive, and if I do too much with wool, I'm going to end up making items that nobody's going to want to buy because of the price, because just charging the cost of the yarn for those items and not anything more will still make that item too expensive. So yeah, so I'll try to avoid, if I do wool, it's going to just be mittens. That was my plan for today, but instead I'm making a market bag because it's going to be 90 degrees today and I can't bring myself to crochet wool mittens on a day where it's 90 degrees. It's too much. I need the temp to drop a little bit, and as soon as the temperature drops, then, and I literally have balls of wool sitting out ready to go to make these mittens, but like I said, I didn't look at the weather. I didn't know 90-degree weather was coming back. It's September. I was hoping it would stay in the 70s, but no, apparently this week it's 90s and 80s again. So this week I'm just gonna work on whatever I work on. I'm gonna get the replacement large market bag made for my October 1 Etsy drop. I've got some small bags made. I'm gonna make some more small bags because I would like to maintain a certain level of inventory there. And then I was thinking about adding a medium size that would be in the middle for pricing and in the middle for size. I mean, it kind of makes sense to me. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know how. This is the other struggle. I want a nice variety of things posted on my Etsy shop. But the more that I make, the more I have to store. I bought one of those black totes from Costco with the yellow lid, one of those big black tote boxes, and that's what I'm putting my Etsy inventory in. And I really would like to not have Etsy inventory be more than what will fit in that Costco tote. But if I had a different house with a different setup, I could, I don't know. I'll think about it. My house is small. My office where I keep my crafting stuff is small. And we have a big remodel project planned for the living room, probably this spring, which means that the living room furniture all has to come out to here to the porch and to the office. So I'm thinking like my bookshelf and maybe the cabinet in the living room will go to the office, and then the couch, the recliners, and the entertainment center will come out here to the porch. This porch is going to be packed, guys. It's going to be miserable. But it's all for the purpose of gutting and redoing that living room. So, even though I feel a little bit of stress when I think about my house being torn up for a while, it's for the good. It's got to happen. And it'll look good when it's done. So, not even going to complain. I'm just going to rearrange my life and live with the house torn up for a bit. But we get through the winter first, because my husband is not going to do a remodel project in the winter, and it's fall. If he started it now, he'd be having to work on it through the winter. So he's waiting till spring to start that so that he has all summer to complete it. That is the plan. But anywho, I have just been struggling with this urge to just walk away from society. Like, I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around the fact that we have a whole lot of people that believe it's okay to murder someone because they have a different opinion. And I'm talking someone who's never threatened anyone, never committed any violence against anyone. This is someone who was a shining example and wise beyond his years. Someone who I've never seen in debate and discussion a man with more self-control, more eloquence, more intelligence than Charlie Kirk. Even when he is being viciously attacked, he he remained composed, and he did not lash out. And people would physically assault him. He's been dealing with death threats against him, against his family, his wife, his children. Like, what kind of horrible people would do that? Absolutely horrible people. People with no humanity. And it's the same people who like to call everyone else Nazis, but at the same time, they are the ones who believe in killing people and destroying people just because they have a different opinion. And it's because they have no knowledge, no actual history, they're ignorant. They're just plain ignorant. How can you call someone a Nazi? For starters, it's a slur. And you call someone a Nazi just because you don't like them? The world has lost its mind. That's all I'm going with here. And some of the stuff that I've been seeing is just like, oh goodness. It's out, their hatred is out in the open. Their violence is out in the open. There's no hiding it. They scream about the people they don't like being violent, but they're literally calling people violent who are not committing acts of violence. Meanwhile, they themselves are the ones committing the acts of violence. So, like, it's a very messed up world. And I watched this video, and it was Charlie Kirk was discussing, and I think the guy's name is Chad Prather. There's a lot of like podcasters, and I'm not familiar with all the podcasters. I follow a few. There's a small number that I'll listen to here and there, but he was discussing how there's going to come a day when people will be hunted down for their beliefs and opinions. There is a day where they will break into your homes, they will hunt you, they will torture you, they will kill you. And it lines up. Charlie Kirk was warning people, but if people would read their Bibles, they know it's coming anyway. You know what I mean? So, when I was young, I would have never believed it possible. But with the way that I see people who have zero humanity, they have no empathy, no compassion. They're like, what's it called? Like, is it a sociopath? Is a sociopath the one that feels no remorse, that can destroy others and feel no remorse? There's a lot of them walking around, and it's just disturbing to me to see this, to see what is happening in our country. And the reality is, you can't unite with people who want you dead. You just have to accept it. It can't happen. There can be no unity. Diversity is not your strength. Diversity is the cause of division. Putting a whole lot of different people with different values in one location is a recipe for violence and death. You are better off to keep people who share the same morals and values in the same areas together. Safer societies, safer communities are communities where all of the people share the same morals and values. There's no getting around that. It is what it is. And for that reason, I believe strongly that we should form our own small communities away from the cities, away from the mainstream society, like the Amish. The Amish have been right all along. So that is what I actually support people doing, and that is my goal, because society is too fractured to repair at this point. I don't see how it could possibly, I don't see how it could be fixed, and I don't see how you can unite people when you've got people groups who desperately, frothing at the mouth even, want to kill you. Like, they want you dead. So you can't unite, you can't fix this. It is what it is. And so I think that all we can do is pray, focus on our families, focus on God's word, make beautiful things with our hands, and do our best to build parallel societies / communities of like-minded people that just stay separated from the groups of people who hate us and want to kill us. That's it. That's all you can do. So, that's just my feelings and my thoughts on what has been going on lately, and it's been a struggle for me to see some of the things, like just like the Ukrainian girl that was murdered, Charlie Kirk. And it wasn't like the deaths themselves were absolutely horrible, and I grieve deeply for the families of these people, for the people who loved them, because it's horrific and it should have never happened. But I'm also grieving as I watch and see how so many people in this country have lost they're not even human anymore. They're broken beyond repair. They see no problem with murder. They have no value for life. You can't fix that. There is no fixing that. And that is what I have been grieving. But anyway, I'm going to work on this market bag. And then after my husband gets home from work, I am going to celebrate his birthday with our kids. And my plan is also to try to get this green market bag done and get a sunflower on it. If I pull that off today, like I want, I will post a short video. I will post a short sharing this completed market bag. I have completed a few other things, and I have not posted shorts. And I think the main reason for that is that I'm having a hard time motivating myself to make and post videos. And like I said, it's just part of this grieving process, this grieving for our country and our horrendously broken society that I have now accepted is not coming back. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and watching. I know this was a little long-winded, but got some crocheting done. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.